Hello, and welcome back. If you have seen any of my other videos or you're subscribed or something, thank you. I have gotten a lot of views on a video about framer fetch, and that makes me question what I should make this channel about, really. I've tried to record a few other videos and it just didn't turn out the way I wanted, which is fine. That's how you learn, right? Just keep doing it. Sorry, fixing the camera. But today I wanted to show you guys something I was working on. Maybe you'd find it interesting. I don't know. So I've been messing around with this Buildship platform, and one day I got this like random spurt of inspiration to make a blog that's generated by AI. I know everyone talks about that AI is going to pollute the internet with crap, and I'm guilty of doing that with this experiment. But I learned a lot with this experiment, and it was kind of fun. So I wanted to show it off a little bit. So far, here, let me show you the end result. Yeah. I called it yesterday's trends because basically I'm getting yesterday's like Google search trends from this API, and I'm passing it through a bunch of different LLMs to generate a blog. But this is what it looks like. The writing is not very good, honestly. It's not very engaging or fun to read, but that's what I hope to improve by iterating on it. So I was really stoked just to get to this point where it's like working. Let's go over what I did. So in Buildship, you can create a scheduled like trigger. It's called a cron job in the software world. And so I have it set to every day at midnight. It will call this URL. This is the SERP API, which is the search engine. I don't even know what SERP stands for, but it's that's the Google Trends API essentially. And by giving it some query parameters, basically, yeah, here, this is how you say trending now and the frequency daily. So then it'll just get you all the trends for the last 24 hours. Oh shit, there's my API key. Guess I'll blur that out or something. Glad this isn't streaming. Okay, so it gets this data, and ignore these blue boxes for a moment because I was experimenting, which I'll get to later. I re-implemented all this in code, but I'll talk about that in a sec. So I send that data into Claude, and I use this system prompt. I actually use Claude to help me improve the system prompt. I was like, hey, I'm going to try to analyze this data, help me make a better prompt out of it. And it came up with this, and it's working pretty well. It's like, you will receive a JSON response, parse the JSON and extract this information, analyze, and then provide, a summary of each thing. Anyway, that's pretty straightforward. And then I send those small summaries into another Claude instance that actually generates the blog in more of a long form format instead of small pieces. It's like longer form. Basically make all of these summaries into a blog. This one's just saying convert it to lexical format because that's what the Ghost API wants. Or the Ghost is the platform that I'm hosting the blog on. So it wants it in this format. You can also use HTML, but for some reason I stuck with lexical. I had a lot of back and forth trying to get this part to work, getting the Ghost API to accept the lexical format. I don't know what this is doing. Oh wait, I go in here. Yeah, oh, this is just, yeah, converting the lexical format into a string, because when you send it over the wire, it has to be a string. Over the wire. Colleagues at my last job used to make fun of me for saying that. Sending it over the wire. Then I sent it into another Claude instance and asked it to create a title for the blog. And then I sent it to Ghost. Yeah, that's about it. See, I take the formatted string from that previous step and the title, and the format that the Ghost API takes is pretty simple. It's just, it wants a title, it wants the lexical content, and you can give it status. I can say publish, so as soon as it's posted, it publishes it. So I was stoked when it worked, and it's been working. See, I've created like, well, how many is this? 7. And then this one, I think this one is the one I created with my code, which is way too long. If I want somebody to read this stuff eventually, I'm gonna have to figure out how to make it shorter. But I basically, let's jump to the code. I started implementing it in code using Hono. Oh, I almost got that Dutch. I've been learning Dutch. I live in Amsterdam. So Hono. Using Hono. And I used Cursor to generate a lot of this stuff, even though I could do it on my own. It's just so much faster. I'm sure like it's messy spaghetti code. There are ways to clean this up, but I don't care right now. Once I'm motivated to clean it up, I'll do that. My first goal was just to make it work. And so I got it to a point where it's working. And it's actually doing a little more than that Buildship flow. It's actually I'll show you right here. See where it says browse article? So basically what this code is doing, fetch Google Trends, that's the same as that first step. It's just jumping into the SERP API and saying go get me the trends. So fetching those trends, and then that trends is a list. So I'm looping over that list, and I'm pulling out the articles. So there are a bunch of articles associated with, how do I say this? They're just on the data, right? It's a list of articles so that you know what your sources are for all of that. And so I'm taking that article link and I'm using a thing called Puppeteer, which is like a headless browser scraper. So I'm scraping all this data, and I don't even know if this is like illegal or something. If it is, I'll take it down, but the point of all of this was just to have fun. So I'm scraping all of this data that comes back from that API, and then I'm writing it all to a file. These actually, I don't even need these steps, but I wanted to write it to a file so that I could see what it's creating. And this is what it's creating. So like this is the content from what was scraped on this link. And it does that for a bunch of them. And so anyway, scraping those, and then I send that to the generate a blog with Claude. And since it's a lot, I had to change it so it's only creating blog sections rather than an entire blog, because it was taking up too many tokens. So I'm creating all of these sections, and then I take those sections and send that into Claude again to create the entire... No, this is title, right? Yeah, no. Yeah, then I just post those sections. So I create a title with the blog, and then I post the sections to Ghost. Post blog to Ghost. Yeah, and this is pretty straightforward. As you can see, there's actually a Ghost API. If you know anything about code, I don't have any idea who's going to watch these videos, but all it needs is a title and an HTML, and you say source HTML to say, hey, I'm sending you HTML. So that worked. And there it is. Pretty dense and boring to read and all about sports, which I don't know anything about. But that's not the point. The point is having fun and learning how this stuff works. Wow, why am I so overexposed? So bright. All right, better? That's better. Yeah, okay, that's something I've been doing. That was fun and interesting, and I'll probably keep doing that. I'm going to iterate on it so we can make the writing better, maybe more of a structured approach to the blog itself. I also want to figure out how to get some links in there and get some photos, because I think this API does actually respond with some photo links inside the articles. There's a thumbnail. Yeah. So probably scrape some of those out. That's one thing I've been doing. Super interesting. I also, what else was I going to talk about? Yeah, so everyone was like stoked by my Framer fetch video, and I wanted to maybe continue down that route. If you watch this far, will you let me know if I should make some more Framer fetch videos? Because that was fun. I mean, it's sort of like connecting code to a no-code platform, and also you can use things like Buildship. What was the other one? Sort of that FastGen. Yeah, this one works too. And oh yeah, I hooked up PostHog. If you want a free and easy way to keep track of your users, like analytics on your free blog, there's PostHog that so far is free. There's only been one person, me, to my blog, which is what I expect for now. So there's that. Also, I started like creating ideas for what videos I should make. I was thinking about making an entire video on Bolt Not New. Everyone was talking about that recently. And then connecting Framer to Cloudflare and Make. Somebody had a question about connecting to Make. I might try to make that a video. OpenAI Gradio, something I randomly found. I don't remember what it is. Python package makes it very easy for developers to create machine learning apps that are powered by OpenAI. Interesting. I don't even know why I captured that, but I thought it was worthy of a YouTube video. Hey Jen. Oh yeah, these AI generated videos, like this dude is not real. So that might be fun to play with. Might be fun to make an automation pipeline that like generates social media content of somebody explaining something. Yeah. That could be fun, right? I could have it explaining something really stupid. That was another idea I had, was like, what if I make these videos all around like really stupid things you can generate with AI just for the sake of it, just because it's fun. Because it's fun to make these things. Yeah, so there was that. I don't know, if you guys watch this, let me know what you think. Captions AI? It's funny going through here because I don't even remember. It sounds like it creates captions for things, right? Flux was that image thing. Real-time. Oh yeah, real-time API for OpenAI. AI funnel for social media. I just mentioned that. This could all be fun. Yeah, I think that's it for today. Let me know what you think about my blog and how I could iterate on it. I should probably actually create a board of tickets to like things that I should do to the blog, and then maybe I could record myself executing one of the ticket features, feature tickets, feature requests. I'm talking in software lingo. Anyway, if you made it this far, you are awesome. Thank you. I'm just figuring out this YouTube stuff, and I've gotten some positive feedback already, so I think I'll keep going. Yeah. Thanks and good night.